Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I've missed you sincerely. I've missed making video for you guys. And if you want to support us, if you want to support me and my team, just make sure to join the community by sharing this video, by liking this video. And also the most important part, guys, is to subscribe to the channel, guys. So in today's video, we're gonna focus more on reinforced concrete design, and we're gonna use both Midas and also Revit software just to design this house, right? And as you can see, this house is like a concrete house using concrete material, and then it has a specific placement of the window. We have the shear wall here for the elevator and also for the staircases. We also have the girders, and every floor look identical, all right, except the ground floor, and we have the roof top here. So this is how we're gonna do. So we're gonna set first of all the skeleton of the house. The skeleton is the structure which maintain the stability of this house, the framework which maintain the stability of this house, and then later on in Revit we're gonna design everything here. Like we're gonna design the visibility of this house. All right, so let's just start. This is the first thing that we're gonna see when we start using this this software, right? And then the first step that you have to do is to change the unit. And for today unit, I'm gonna use American unit, the most used in America. Sorry, I'm gonna use pounds forces, and for here I'm gonna use inches or feet, and then just use inch. And this is the first thing is to set up the unit. The second thing that you have to do is to define the properties. The properties is constituted with two important things: the material, the section. So section and thickness, they're almost the same. I'm going to explain to you in this section right now. So first of all, click on material and then add, right? Add material. So we have two types of material in our case. We have when you click on add, you're gonna see the material ID should be 1. So 1 means this is the first material that we're defining, and the elasticity there should be concrete. Change from steel to concrete because we're gonna use concrete design. And then for the name, I'm gonna click concrete. Just say FC, and then put something on top there to indicate that we are using concrete. Just a name, okay. And for the standards, for the concrete standards, if you go on under standard here, so I'm gonna use the international standard. I'm gonna use ASTM. Let's see if you have another. Yeah, I'm gonna use ASTM. And then for the grade of the concrete, GB, I'm gonna use C4000. And for the other option, the other thing that you have, the plasticity data, the thermal transfer, the specific heat, I won't touch anything of this. Like I won't touch at all because it should stay constant in my case. And since I still have another material, I don't want to click on OK. I'm gonna click on apply instead. Now I can define the second material should be ID2. The name should be reinforcement. I'm gonna take is to be reinforcement. I'm gonna take FY just for the short for the abbreviation, and just a name. You can put any kind of name here, but it's better for you to remember the name. And here I'm gonna take the same. I'm gonna take the standard should be the same as STM, and the grades of the concrete should be the grade 40,000 C4 or 40,000 or 40,000, and then the other thing should stay the same. Then I'm gonna click on OK since I don't have another material. The section is the dimension of the material that we have to use. Okay, so for the section we have 4 different section, but 3 main parts of the building and 1 it's also part of a building, but it's not that important. I'm talking about the wall, right? So I'm gonna go first of all section. In our section we have 4, but 3 important and 1 also important, but it can be used and not used for at the same time. I'm gonna explain later clearly, don't worry. So here I'm gonna start designing the first one. The first one that we have the edge columns. So I'm gonna take the name edge columns. For the name should be edge columns. so you won't forget. You can put any kind of name that you want, any abbreviation that you want, but it's just better for to remember everything that you are writing. For the section, should be section ID 1 because it's the first section that you are creating, and then for the shape, you have to use the solid rectangle shape. And the user, because we have our specific dimensions, we have 24 inch. The height should be 24 inches, and the width should also be 24 inches, like a square columns, right? And consider shear deformation. We can check this part. Most of the time, it's not that useful. It's not that doesn't make any change, right? And then here, since I still have another sorry, since I still have another section to define, I'm gonna click on apply instead, and then I will go here on name. I'm gonna change to let's just take beam. I'm gonna change to beam. Or should be more beam, and for the dimension, I don't know which kind of a dimension I can take here. Okay, let me just go on column. Let me just go here columns, and let me just take 30. Let me just take 30. 30. So these dimensions are very important when you're an engineer, right? So the first thing that you have to find out is the dimension of your section of your material. Otherwise, you're gonna end up spending a lot of money for just to finish your house, and also the materials are not compatible, your house might collapse at the end before even the end of the construction. All right, so and for the next one that we have, we're gonna have the beam. So I'm gonna just click on apply since we have another one. So I'm gonna go on beam. So beam also is very important for the house. Without the beam, the house can survive. So guard and beam, they're the same. Without them, your house can survive in. You can design your house with all of this part that I'm giving. So for the beam, I'm gonna take the height will be 24. The height should be 24 inches, and the width should be how much should I take? 20. But this, as I said before, these dimensions are really important. Like if let me take 15 here. I'm gonna take 15 here. It's a little bit more thick. My beam should be more thicker, right? And here, this is my last section, the most important section for the house to maintain the structure stability. So now I can go and click on OK. So I created 3 sections, right? So now I can create the 4th section. This section is the wall. As I said, the wall is not part of structure. A part of structure, I mean, is those structure which help the building to stay stable. Without those parts, without those skeleton, the house can survive, right? It's like a human. It's like a man, right? Like a woman. Like without bones, can survive, right? So without bone, you can stay fixed, right? You can stay still. You know what I'm saying, right? But you also have other important thing, right? We have skin. So the wall is like the skin. So just cover our body. It's also important for many other function, right? But the main thing is the bone, right? So this is the expression that I can give to you. So that's why I'm taking thickness. So the wall should be under thickness, and I'm gonna just add the wall, and it should be in plane and out of plane. And the thickness should be 18 inches, and the name should be wall. Don't forget to add the name, and then just click on apply. No, since we have this is your live one section left, just click on OK. So close everything. So this is our part that has been done. Our property definition have been done. So the next part that we're gonna have in here is to start designing. And start designing, I'm gonna use the wizards. We have many methods of designing. First of all, we have the grid. If you go in structure and then look for grid line, you can define a lot of grid line that you want here. If you go on green, then add here. You can define X direction, Y direction. But like, let me just give an example. Like you can just click, if you want to create, let's say, if you want to create 7 line in X direction. X direction means horizontal direction, and then the spacing of every line should be 8. 8 means and spacing should be, let's say, 26. 26. And then click on OK. And then here And then here also on what direction, if we do the same thing, if we go on add, and then we only take 3, and the spacing should be 22, and then click on OK, and then just say okay. If you give the name, you say house plan, right? House plan, then click on OK, and then apply. So we're gonna have our grade. These are our grades, right? If we change the view here, okay, let me just click on OK. Let me change the view. If we change the view, this is how our grades looks like. But this method is like, it's more a little bit complicated. No, it just takes time since you have a lot of part of the building, right? So you have to copy the columns and then repeat this copy for all of these parts. So the drawing might take us time. But I have another method. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna just click on undo. Okay, then I'm gonna go on structure. I'm gonna use the wizards for designing quick. So I'm gonna go on base structure. Under the structure, there's a part called base structure. Just click on it. Then I'm gonna start my frame. I can just click on Control plus Shift plus X. But I can just click on frame here. It's much more quicker. Now we have. So the computer recommend me to save the project, but I can do it later. But it's better for you to save the project as soon as possible, because if your laptop just shut down, you have to recommence. You know what I'm saying? So just better for you just to make sure when the computer recommends you to save your project, just save it. Okay, don't be like me though. All right, so this is our frame wizard, and we can see we have X direction and Z direction, but so X direction I told you is the horizontal line, right? And the Z direction is the elevation. So our objective is to change this line. To change this Z to Y. So it's gonna be, our plan should be XY plan. So I'm gonna show you later. So let's just define our spacing, and our grade. Okay. So for the distance. I will take 26 distance, and it should be repeated 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And I can just add it. Let me just add. So I don't need the 8. It should be 7, right? So I'm gonna click on the last one and then delete it. Just go here and delete. Okay, and then for the Y direction, I'm gonna also take 22. And I'm gonna repeat it how many times? Let's say 4 times. Then add Z direction. Since I only want 4 times, I don't need the last one to be added. So I'm gonna just select it and then go and delete. So this is our plan, right? This is our plan. We can show the dimension. You can see the dimension. As I told you before, right? This is our X direction. This is Y direction. Z direction. It should be the elevation. But our objective is to change this plan to be in X and Y direction. So we have to transfer this project in X and Y direction later. Okay, now we have everything here. Before we apply, we have to go to edit. You can generate. The beta angle should be 0, and we can generate our frame. Let's just generate our frame. This is how our frame gonna look like. Okay, this is how our frame gonna look like. And then if you insert, so these inserts allow you to transfer your project in X, Y direction, not X, Z direction. So let me just show you. So if you apply right now, let me just apply without changing anything in here on insert. Let me just apply. You see, let me go here. You see, it's not looking the way that you want, right? This is not how I think that you want. This is like a mistake, right? So I'm gonna just go back here. Let me go back here. Okay. Now let's say let me transfer it in X direction. So alpha means X, beta means Y, and gamma means Z direction. So I'm gonna take 90. I'm gonna take 90 in alpha. So it should be 90. Alpha should be 90. Okay. And alpha should be 90. And then let me just click on apply. it's flat, but our dimension is big, so we have to change dimensions. Like our dimension is really like a huge dimension. So this correct. This is correct. I'm gonna put okay, but as you can see, our dimension is really big. The section that's we defined before is absolutely big, so we have to modify accordingly. So let me just go on properties again, and then let me modify and then see how it's gonna change. Let me go on. Let me go on mirror and kilonewton. Okay, let me click on the first one. Let me just modify. I'm gonna show you later. I modify it. Okay. So if you just arrive here and then you found that there are a lot of things like I think the only problem that we did here we took a lot of like our as I told you, right, the dimensions were important. You have to know to measure the dimension. Okay. Um, Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna change. I think it's better for me to change the properties of the material that I took before. So I'm gonna just go again on section that I used before. It should be inches, but I'm gonna pick, select the first one. I will go and modify, and then I will pick instead of taking 24, it's huge. I'm gonna take 2.4, 2.4. Okay, and then I'm gonna click on OK. Yeah, now it makes sense. Then I'm gonna repeat the same for columns. Just modify the dimension from 30 to 3.0, and then OK. And then for the beam, I'm gonna also modify part. I'm gonna take 2.4 and 1.4, and then it should be okay. And then for the thickness of the wall, it should be 1.8 instead of 18. Instead of 18, I'm gonna take 1.8. So it should be in plan out of plan view. The name, hold on. Let me just cancel it first. Let me click here and then go on modify. Modify should be 1.8, 1.8. And then here I can just click on OK. So now we don't have any problem already, right? We don't have any problem. So we can change the view. If you want to change the view of our structure, like if you want to change the view of our structure, just go on the bottom of the right bottom. Here you can change the view. You can go on right view, you can go on front view, you can go on top view, you can go also on ISO view. But if it's tricky for you to reach this part, we can just go on the left corner, the left top corner here. You can just click on view, then go on viewpoint, then you can select any type of view that you want. Top, bottom, left, right, front, angles, or I can rotate it on the left, on the right, like everything here can be done. But I'm gonna use the bottom. I'm gonna just click on the bottom. So this is how our place. This is our frame, okay? So this is how our frame should look like, and then I'm gonna add the columns, okay? Yeah. So this is how we can create the frame. Cool. So our next step is to create the columns, right? So you can see, let me just zoom a bit off here out, and then you can see all of these parts all of these nodes, the blue nodes should at least have, all of them should have a columns, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna select all of them. Like on this part, you can see select single, select by windows, or select by polygon, select by intersecting, select by plane. I'm gonna click here, select all. So all of my design have been selected. Then I'm gonna go on nodes and elements. Then I'm gonna use extrude to create the columns, right? So I'm gonna click on extrude, right? Extrude, let me click again on it. Oh. Okay, now I can translate it. It's here. The element I can translate it downwards in y direction. So I'm gonna go on sorry, on z direction. Z direction is the elevation. So z direction, because I need my column to be downward, I'm gonna take a negative sign. So I need my um, uh, Okay, I need my house to be, how can I say? Um, I don't know the dimension that I can take. So the height of my first floor should be mirror, but I'm gonna use in inches. So I need to convert. I need to convert it. Now, okay, let me just take. I'm gonna modify if it's big. If it's long, I'm gonna take. Let's just take 9 inches. Let me take 9 inches, and then it should be the material should be columns. Should be columns, right? And the section should be columns. The material should be also concrete. You can modify all of this later, no problem. And then it should be repeated only one time. It should be in Z direction, and it should have the equal distance. And then just click on apply. Okay, now and then check the view. Now we have our columns, right? Now we have our building, right? We have our building. And if the columns they are like, if they are the distance, the columns, the first floor is too short, you can just undo it, and then change to, I don't know how. Should I double it? Let's just say 15 inches. It's inches, right? It's inches here. And then just click on OK, apply. Oh, sorry. Uh, just select everything first. Go here and select everything, then go on apply. This is much better. This is so much better. And then I'm gonna close it. And then now we have our ground floor, and this is our first floor. The first floor starts from here. Okay, so this is how we can design. This is how we can design the first floor. And now there's something that I want to show you is the wall. Since we have the wall for the elevator and for the staircases, we also need to design those parts. So this beam should be deleted, and this beam should be deleted. This beam should be deleted, and also this beam should be deleted. And then I'm gonna create the wall on this side for the elevator and the staircases. Okay, so let's do it now. So okay, so let's set for the wall. But before the wall, I want to emphasize on one thing here. Like if I go on my columns here, the inner column should have different cross section, right? Because if I go and work here, and then we can see that the edge. So I need to change the section here. I need to correspond all of the section to their material. Okay, so here I need this inner columns to have different section. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just change the view to right view here, and then let me just that's me to save. I will save it later. Let me just change it to it's the same, and let me just select by Windows. Let me select this part. Let me create these columns. Let me see first. Now it's a node. Or let me just undo it and select all. Let me select again on this part. Okay, all of the columns have been selected, right? And all of the columns should, let's just say all of the columns should have the same material. I can just drag and then make them have the same material, okay? But now, let me also repeat the same for the beam first, and then I'm gonna show you how we can do the edge column. So let me go here, here again. Let me select this part and go back. You can see all of the beam has been selected. So if it's showing, if your workspace will show blue, means that this material that you defined is not corresponding at any material that you're designing on, and it's a mistake, right? So you just need to select the material that you wanna correspond with the section. All right, and then just drag it to the screen like this. So all of this, you see the color change, right? It become black, means that it's corresponding to something here. Okay, so now the edge columns is not corresponding at any of these, right? But we know all of these, the inner columns, like this, I mean, not here, this. Let me just rotate for you so you see properly. So okay, here you can see all of these inner columns should have the edge columns section, cross section. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I can just go here and just go. Okay, I select this so you don't get confused. Okay, from here, from this one, I can go and select by window and then select all of this. Okay, this is our columns, right? These are our columns and beams. So I can just go here. You can see these are columns and beam. I can display all of. I can just go on this part, activate. I can only activate this part, then change again on this side, change on the right view, and then select only the column. Now select from the right side to the left. Okay, and then go on the top view. We see only the columns have been selected, not the beam. Then I can just drag the edge columns to the screen. Then you can see there's any of I can see none of the section as the blue color, right? So if it's under blue color, means that it's not corresponding at any of the workspace material. Okay, so this is how you can do it, right? But it's not over yet. I don't need this beam and this beam. Do you remember, right? So let me just activate everything. Let me just go here, activate all. I told you I don't need this beam. I don't need this beam and this beam. Because of what? I told you because of the wall. So we can add wall and the beam at the same time. It can work like that, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go and select previous. You can just check if there's a select previous. Let's see if they have select previous. Let's see. You can check one by one if there is a select previous. Okay, if there is no select previous, right? We can just repeat the same process. Just go on this view here. You just go here and then select only this part. Okay, these two columns, and then activate them. Okay, display it. And let me only activate the columns. Okay, I just want the column. I don't need the beam. Okay, then I'm gonna activate only the columns. So I'm gonna just go back here. Then I can place a wall from this point to this point to this point to this point. Okay, so it should be a square. It should be a closed shape. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I will go on node. Element nodes. Then I'm gonna create an element. Create an element. And by creating elements here, I'm gonna go on the wall. Under the elements type, I'm gonna go on the wall. Okay, and the name of the material should be a reinforced concrete material. Okay, and the thickness is 1.8 as we said before. Then I'm gonna click on the connectivity here, node connectivity. I'm gonna just let me just activate the node number so you understand. So I'm gonna connect 37 nodes to 44, then 44 to 16, then 16 to 9. So I'm gonna just click here to here, and then here to here. Then done, right? And then I can just activate everything. Let's go here and activate. Go here, and then okay. Activate everything here. Sorry, activate everything, and then so now we have our wall. Okay, we have our wall. I'm gonna click on escape. If it's zooming like this, just click escape again. Close first of all. Sorry, close this part first. Let's close, and then you can use the pen to navigate And now I'm gonna repeat the same process for this right part. So this the right part is here, right? I'm gonna cancel the pen function. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just click again here, select by window to select this this column. I'm gonna do this column, then I'm gonna activate it. Then I'll change from this view, from this from the right view. Then I will select from the right side. I'm gonna select only the columns. Then I'm gonna activate only the columns. Okay, and then now I'm gonna change to, I'm gonna go back to the front, to the ISO view. Then here I'll repeat the same. I'll repeat the same process. I will just go on node, then create element, and then it should be the same. Should be create element. The element type should be wall. The name should be the reinforced concrete, and the thickness should be 1.8, and then so nothing. I'm gonna just click on the conductivity color. Then I'm gonna connect 41 to 48, 48 to 20, and 20 to 13. And then now I'm gonna select everything. I'm gonna activate everything. Then when okay, this is another mistake that I said. I don't need this beam. I forgot to delete this beam, so I can delete. I don't want this beam at all. I don't want this beam here. I can mix beam and wall at the same time. It doesn't work like that. So what I'm gonna do, I will go back again, and I'll go. And let me just close this and then select. Let me see if I can. Let me select by window from this side. Let me activate it. Oh, no. This can be. Let me do this. Let me only activate this part. Let me see if I can activate by clicking. No. Let me see intersection. No. It's okay. I can just. It's okay. So it's all right. I can just use the window to select everything, or I can just select by single tab here. It's also okay. It's also okay. I can just select one of these and then click on delete. So yeah, it's much better. So it's much better to use like this, right? So now we don't have a beam on top of this. So this is our frame, right? And now we can see the next part that we have to do is to extend this one on the second, the third, the fourth, and the sixth floor. It depends how many floors that you want your house to be, right? As I told you before, it's 7th floor, right? They keep asking me to to save my work. Okay, so let me just save my work. Finally, I'm gonna say RC building, and then I will go on desktop, and then just save it. Let me just replace it. Okay, and this is how you can design. So for the next step, I'm gonna show you how you can just extend all of these parts on top. But it's okay. Let me just show it right now. So I'm gonna just first of all hide. But the reinforcements, if you should also have a material though, the concrete. It's okay. We can change the material later. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, so first of all, let me just okay, what I'm gonna do, I will select, let me select this part. Let me select this one, and then I'll give them the reinforcement if you. Okay, all right. Okay, it's okay. I can change later. So now let me just zoom first. Let me see something fish here. The beam is not aligned properly. So if the beam is not aligned properly, if the columns in the beam are not aligned, let me see, something's not aligned clearly. Here it's not aligned. So what I can do, let me just go on structure. Let me go on structure type, and then let me activate the align top of the beam section of the floor XY plane for panel zone F display. Let's just display and see. Okay, now you can see the beam is aligned properly. Okay, so let me show you again. If I display it, it's kind of like a small. Let me go here. Let me remove it. Yeah, it's just a small, like a small display, but it's matter for the view. And just do this, and then align with, and then let me select this and this, then give them. Let me go on work. Okay, let me just do here. Let me go here. Let me go on section. I'll be on material, and then give them. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same thing that I did before because I pressed escape. Undo it, so I made a mistake. So let me just click here, and then now our part here just to generate the rest of the building. Now it's gonna be simple since we have everything. You can just go on structure and then control here, and then you can go on store building generation. You can go on building generation. Here, let me just close this. Let me just enlarge this part so you're gonna see. So the start nodes number is 15 and start element number is 76. No, it's not. That's what we want. We want everything. So we're gonna go here, select all. Okay, and then the number of copies should be how many floor do we want? If the floor have the same, if every floor has the same distance, right? Okay, if the floor is the same distance, you can just say I want 6 floor. Just click on 6 floor here. Six times. Okay, 6 times. Okay, I want 5 times, and then the 60th floor, I'm gonna put different distance. Okay, and the beam section should be the same. The brace section should stay 0. The wall thickness should stay 0. The column section should stay 0. Now I can just edit. Let me see first. The distance in Z direction is the most important. I mean distance should, for this, from this part to this part we took 15, right? Now I'm gonna take a little bit higher. I'm gonna take 17. Let me just take 18. It's much more easy to remember. 18 inches, and then I can just add it, and then after that I can just apply. Now we have our building. Okay, now we have our building. Okay, so I can use the pen, and then I can navigate through our building. Let me just remove these numbers, and this is how we can see. This is how we can create a tall building in Midas Gen. Okay, so these are our first parts. We're gonna analyze the building. We're gonna add the reinforcement for this building. We're gonna do the load combination. So we still have a lot of things to do. And if you don't wanna miss those opportunities, guys, just make sure to join the community. Support us by joining the community, of course, and like the video, share the video, and also, as I said, subscribe to the channel, guys, for more visibility. And thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye bye.